Trump's big comeback. Joining us now is Dick Morris, host of Dick Morris Democracy, which airs right here on Newsmax Saturday at 10:30 p.m. Eastern and Sunday at 1 p.m. Eastern Time. He's also the author of the new book, The Return: Trump's Big 2024 Comeback, available for pre-order on Amazon.com. And Mr. Morris is a former advisor to Presidents Clinton and Trump. Dick Morris, welcome to the program today.
Sorry to string out that intro.
No problem at all. So we've got another Trump rally tonight.
Yep.
I mentioned this earlier in the show, Dick. These Trump rallies are starting to feel like campaign rallies.
Oh, they are.
Is that what we're heading towards?
Yeah.
Do you expect maybe even Donald Trump to allude to that this evening?
Well, he'll allude to it. I don't think he'll announce. The reason he's not announcing is a technical one. If he spends, let's say, $100,000 on this rally, renting the hall, paying for publicity for the cameras and everything, that would come out of the amount he could spend on the campaign if he announces. But if he doesn't announce, it's a separate account, and it's basically an accounting issue with him. But he's running, and he'll announce, I think, shortly after 2020 election, after a resounding Republican triumph.
Now, this is a little bit about what your book is about, Trump's big comeback. Tell us about it.
Well, I think the country is going to vote overwhelmingly for the Republicans in the 22 election, and then I think Trump is going to be the nominee. I think he will win an overwhelming victory in the election. I think the pent-up anger of the country at what's going on, coupled with something that's very important. Donald Trump is the only guy who can say, I did it. I did it already. How do we know you're going to get inflation under control? I did it. How do we know you'll bring gas under $3? It was. How do we know you'll keep Putin in check? I did. North Korea, I did. So he's the only candidate who does not need to make promises. He just needs to recollect what was true of his record in the past.
Dick, what do you say to people who say Trumpism, America First policies, that's the right message, but Donald Trump may be not the right messenger?
Well, I think they're just wrong. First of all, you can't have a message that hinges on bluntness and aggressiveness and outspokenness and taking no prisoners and no BS and straight talk and have somebody else delivering it. It's like scripting. You know, this isn't a question of reading it off a teleprompter. This is a question of a guy having that in his gut, and Trump does. But then there are three other big reasons. One is the one I said. He can cite his record. Nobody else can. DeSantis is a good governor, but will he bring inflation under control? How the heck do we know? And the other is that the other two are he discovered two new groups in American politics that he mobilized that won him 16 and gave him a huge vote share in 2020. High school educated men and women and Latinos. The Democrats regarded the high school educated men and women as flyover country. Hillary called them deplorables, and Obama said they cling to their guns and Bibles. And Latinos, the Democrats all thought the immigration issue was the way to win them. But they forget that these folks are citizens. Immigration is in the rearview window, very far away for them and their ancestors. What they want to do is make sure America doesn't go the way of the countries they fled and get ruined by the left.
You mentioned that this bodega owner here in New York City this week, a Hispanic man, Jose Alba, 61 years old, trying to defend himself. He's thrown in prison, Rikers Island, for a week. Now far-left DA Alvin Bragg charges him with second-degree murder. A lot of those folks in Hamilton Heights, the Upper West Side here in Manhattan, that's a Hispanic community. A lot of those folks say they don't know where this is coming from Alvin Bragg. They're really upset about this. Are Democrats maybe miscalculating how aligned Hispanics and blacks are with their party?
Well, I think they're miscalculating how aligned Hispanics are. I think that they take them for granted. They're kind of like a golf handicap with the Democrats. But I believe that the whole gun debate has entered a new era, and I write about this, which is self-defense. We used to say constitutional rights, hunting, fishing, that's all cool. But the fact of the matter is that we have police forces that are being defunded, criminals that are let go the minute they're arrested, no bail, people who commit murder who are not deported. So if the government's not going to defend us, we have to defend ourselves. And that is the new rationale for the Second Amendment. And I think that is a winner politically. We're talking about hunting. If you don't hunt, who cares? But But the idea of that you're entitled to defend yourself because the government isn't doing it is, I think, something that will strike political messages very deeply.
For big fans of Donald Trump, people who say they know everything about Donald Trump, why should they buy your book?
Well, I revealed that he's a great golfer. Down the fairway right away, beautiful shots.
What's his handicap?
No hooking, no slicing. But I went golfing with him the other day, and he hit a ball into a water trap. And I said, Mr. President, part the waters.
A lot of people think he is a religious figure. I mean, there's a lot of truth to that. Dick, your book comes out when?
Tuesday.
Tuesday. And where
Yeah.
can people buy it? Amazon, anywhere books are
Barnes
sold?
and Nobles, anywhere,
Well,
bookstores.
there you have it. The return, Trump's big 2024 comeback. A lot of folks will be rooting for that. A lot of folks hoping he'll allude to that again tonight. He probably will. Dick Morris, thank you so much for joining us.
Good to be
Appreciate
here.
your time.